Yo, what's up? Bob here. Welcome to Vinyl Finds with the Bob Bradley YouTube channel. This is number 62. That's right, folks, number 62. Found some records this week, and we're going to get into them right now. First Vinyl Finds of 2020. Now, when it comes to common records, that's records that catalog stuff, if you will, records that are everywhere, you see them all the time, they're inexpensive, whatever. I try to get the cleanest copies I can find. I may have a placeholder that's a little busted, but then I look for really nice, minty copies, if you will. Some people take exception to that. Some people think that mint, you can only use the term mint if it's sealed. That's mint to me. I come from a time when baseball card collecting, comic book collecting was big. Mint just means it's perfect. It means there's no flaws. It doesn't have to be sealed. Anyway, sorry, I digress. So there are some records in here that are common things that I found that were upgrade copies. And we're coming in hot with the first one here. Bam! Steely Dan, Royal Scam. That's right. In my opinion, listen, this is possibly one of the greatest records the Dan ever did. Royal Scam is, we're talking Kid Charlemagne, Don't Take Me Alive, the Fez. I mean, that first side right there is killer. Okay, and these records were recorded really beautifully. The guitar tones are spot on. All the production values are just like really nice. I don't get down with any of the categoric names that people put on this stuff these days. It's just great stuff, kind of jazz rock. My Ode copy was also an original, but had a lot of ring wear and stuff. Look at these, kind of two different two different printing. I don't know what the deal is with that, but they're different colors and slightly different center labels. This one has that regular old ABC, right? And this one has a music note ABC. Really cool. Steely Dan, the Royal Scam, quite possibly Steely Dan's finest record. Maybe Asia, but what's your favorite Steely Dan record? Here's another good one. I had this really nice Gaucho Robert Ludwig masterpiece. Sounds amazing. Babylon Sisters, Hey 19 in particular. Great record. Nothing wrong with this. This is perfect. And then I found this one, gold label promo. Thought, yeah, I'll take that for $3. Yeah. I ran into a bit of a Steely Dan treasure trove, where I also found this. Donald Fagen, Walter Becker, Denny Diaz, right? This is the motion picture films, You Gotta Walk It Like You Talk It. This is like some really early Donald Fagen, Walter Becker stuff. This is not really a Steely Dan record. This is what they were doing before Steely Dan. So, really interesting record there. I'm not a completist about anything, but this piqued my interest. I saw this and I thought, you know what? I'd like to hear that. It's pretty cool. It's got this cool looking cover with a tape box on the front. So I thought, yeah, I want to hear that. Speaking of tape, as you may have noticed from the front of the video, I ran into a huge stack of near mint Journey records. Now, I'm not a huge Journey fan, at all. I like the earlier material better than the later material. Greg Raleigh, Neil Schon, awesome Santana alumni, if you will. But out of that big stack of Journey, I grabbed this one. It's very cheap, but boom, the half-speed mastered extended range recording of the Infinity record, right? So this has Wheel in the Sky and lights on it. Pretty cool. I really bought it because it's the half-speed mastered version, and I really wanted to hear, I just wanted to hear it, through my stereo here and see how it, it sounded. But, all these Journey records have this kind of similar mouse artwork on the front. Pretty cool. Just on that regular 360 Columbia, but it says half-speed mastered at the top. Yeah, I got that. That was like $8 or something. Another upgrade copy here. Here's a little story for you. I had a sealed copy of this. Boom. Jeff Beck's Blow by Blow. And I was like real hesitant to open it. It's not a hard to get record or anything, but it was perfect in there. It had never been opened. And I love this record. You see this oxblood colored Les Paul that's here in the illustration. This is a very famous guitar by that Beck played. It's an early 50s Les Paul that had a wrap tailpiece that they routed, took the P90s out and put humbuckers in it. So it was a very unique instrument. And he made this insanely funky and awesome record. And so I had a sealed copy of it, and I assumed it was a OG first pressing, whatever. And I finally opened it, and sure enough, it was just a reissue. So I saw this very, very nice copy, OG first press, and I thought, $5? Yes, I will get this. If you don't have Blow by Blow, this is a dope record. You should get it. I had recently convinced myself that maybe Wired was the best Beck record, but I listened to this sucker and whoo, man, it is a burning record. Now, Les Paul, Jeff Beck, I love that. Let's get into some Strat Jeff Beck. Boom. Jeff Beck's Guitar Shop. Terry and Tony are on this with Jeff, and this is a Strat offering. As you see him working on the Strat here on the front. Cool cover, very nice. This is on that Epic label. Now, the two killer songs on this are Under the Veil, Behind the Veil, and Big Block. Those went on to become staples in the live set, and some of this material sounds a little dated. It is what it is, but overall, just those two songs is worth the price of admission alone. Killer record. Now, that does it for the upgrade copies. Moving right along to something I've been looking for quite some time. Now here's the deal. I was kind of waiting around for a European copy of this record, okay? Because it has the cooler looking cover. And then I thought, well, why am I doing that? It's an American band. I should have the first US press. Bam. The Strokes. Is This It? This is a dope record. If you don't know about this, you should. There was a time when, to me, rock and roll had gotten a little bit, I don't know, not so good to me, okay? And then I saw these dudes like tight-fitting leather jackets, kind of long hairish, not too long but not too short, playing Fender guitars, and just really playing what I would consider real rock and roll in the spirit of New York City. Sometimes, if you ever been to New York City, when you're walking through those streets, you're like, man, this is the Strokes right here. And this is the record. It's the first pressing, US first pressing. Now, the UK first pressing has like a woman's rear end on it. But this is a dope record. Kind of distorted vocals, purposely, of course, and just a bunch of killer tunes. This is a really good record. I'm very fond of this. If you don't know that record, check it out. Now, Steve Carlson showed most of what I'm about to show you on his video this week. But doesn't change anything. I'm still going to show them. I have 2 of the Berlin trilogy here. Boom, Heroes, David Bowie didn't have it. There's not many David Bowie records I don't have, but this was one of them. And quick story, Jeffrey Lee Puckett had 2 very nice copies, and he was like, yeah, I'll sell you one. Then he looked at them, and they were so nice, he was like, nah, I can't sell you one. So I was out in the cold. Was looking and looking and looking for this original pressing on Victor RCA on a black label. Couldn't find one. Finally ran into this one. And the very next day, I saw another one in the shrink. I'm like, what's going on? The vinyl gods, they are some fickle bitches. But Heroes is on this, clearly. And, it's good. To me, now don't attack me, okay, but to me, I think Bowie has about a maybe 40 to 60 ratio. Like 40% of everything Bowie does is golden, and 60% of what he does is like, okay. Those 2 figures are probably interchangeable. But to me, I gotta have all this stuff because he's killer. But this is a dope record. Very nice condition, if you hadn't noticed. Second one from the Berlin trilogy. Lodger. Yeah. Black label. Gold label promo. These are Eno records, He was teamed up with Eno at the time. Fripp is on this one, I believe. Or Fripp might have been on here. Fripp was involved, okay? Cool records, right? Kind of ambient electronic type of situation going on there. But I found another Bowie record this week that's not part of the Berlin trilogy. And it's US pressing. Fairly rare, right? It's a grail, folks. That's right, it's a grail. Coming in hot. Man of words, man of music. Boom. First pressing. US. Now, here's the deal. It's this record. Boom. David Bowie's Space Oddity. Now, I prefer this cover. I think this is just a really dope cover. Right? But this is the first pressing of the record. White label promo. What? Yeah. This is one of my favorite records by Bowie. If you have a kickin' awesome stereo, it's cool to put Space Oddity on and listen to it. It's a very textural tune, and that's what I'm trying to do as a musician, is be really textural and really vibey. So that tune really speaks to me because, from, the moment that sax hits on Space Oddity and then those distorted kind of bass licks come in and stuff, it's just, it's probably, to me, the perfect David Bowie track. And I always kind of wanted this original pressing of the record. Now, the UK has all those dots behind him and over him and stuff. I will post a picture of that. It's crazy. This version of the record can be very expensive. I was lucky, and this wasn't very expensive. So, white label promo, WLP, if you will. Super stoked on that. Super excited about it. So, yeah, that's not a bad stack for the week. I know a lot of them were upgrade copies or whatever, but I'm going to be honest with you. I have a huge stack of jazz that is for next week. I've been working on it, and really exciting. Thanks to everyone who watched my Vinyl Tag 2020 video. I've been watching all the Vinyl Tag videos, and it's been a lot of fun. Also, I'm about to put up this number 2 recording vlog, because me and the band that I play in, Condors in the System, we are working on a new record, and you'll see this, 1965 335. Perfectly out of tune today. But, yeah, we're working on a new record. Been doing these short little hits, videos, and putting them up on the channel there so that you guys can follow along with the progress. But if you haven't heard our other 2 records, 2015's Lose It All, Volume 1, and music from the Eagle Nebula, check it out. It's on Bandcamp and on most streaming platforms, including here on YouTube. I will link it at the end of the video. I am also linking other VC members at the ends of my videos. And please check the comments for links of cool stuff I saw on the internet during the week. Other than that, please like, subscribe, tell a friend, leave a comment down below. Until we meet again. That's right. Bob out.